Jaylen, with the way these first two games unfolded and now going back to New York down 2-0, what will you guys lean on as you try to turn this series around?
Each other. It's an opportunity to show what we made of. Obviously, we wouldn't like to be in this position, but we're here now, so we got to respond.
Jaylen,
20, but when Brunson hits the second free throw, were you surprised you guys didn't call a timeout? And then you still have the timeout when Jason looks like he was stopped on the drive.
Yeah, I mean, that's just how the game went, I guess. They made a tough defensive read at the end. And, yeah, we just wasn't able to convert in the fourth quarter. That's what it came down to. Our defense, I thought, was great. We had physicality. We had energy on defense. Our offense let us down.
Jaylen, you guys are the defending champs. These are the games you're supposed to. You're up 20. You're up 12 with 6 minutes to go. You go 8.5 minutes or so without scoring a basket. I hate to say it, but you guys are supposed to find ways to score. These are the moments that they're the ones that look like they're playing with the poise, and you guys aren't. Can you explain why that's happened now 2 games in a row at home?
I'm not sure. We've gotten to great starts. We guarded. We played physical with energy today. To start the fourth quarter, I thought we got 4 or 5 great looks in a row that didn't go in, and maybe that affected us. But what's done is done. Now we got an opportunity to see what we made of and, come out and try to make something happen game 3.
We talk about habits being built throughout the course of a season. Last year, you guys built the habit. You found ways to win close games throughout the course of the regular season. That carried through. This year, you guys weren't winning those close games earlier in the season. Now it's kind of feels like it's coming back to bite you guys. Is there any kind of look back on what you guys went through earlier? Is that kind of carrying over into the postseason at all?
Yeah, I mean, the regular season is totally different. So than the playoffs, obviously you can see that. But, we just had the ability to make plays tonight, and we didn't. Me, Jason, Derek, we got a lot of great looks, and we just got to convert. We got to make plays. We just didn't make plays tonight. And that was the story of the game. Our defense did enough. We got some great open looks, we got to convert those.
Jaylen, you took a moment kind of at your locker there in the locker room. Just wondering kind of what you were processing in that moment, if you can share.
Unideal situation, being down 0-2. But what's done is done. We got to make sure we're ready to come out, make sure my guys are ready to come out game 3. I think we do for a lot of makes. I think that we, had a lot of great shots tonight that once again didn't go in. We just got to, relax, take a deep breath, come out, play Celtic basketball. We can, just like we down 0-2, we can tie this thing back up.
And Jaylen, just following up on that, how do you rebound mentally from something like this when the games kind of end in very similar ways? And can you take a leadership role with the guys in that?
Yeah, obviously you take the night. Everybody's going to feel, a type of way about, kind of the result. And, we get together, we look at the film, we look at each other, and we do what it takes. We do whatever it takes. We give it our all, and that's the most important thing. But a bunch of stuff that we can control. I feel like we played a little bit fast and sped up a little antsy. Just a rough night.
Jaylen, what's happened the last 6 minutes? It seems like there's kind of an uh-oh moment, especially when then here comes Brunson and they're closing out games and he's a closer. I mean, how do you kind of avoid that happening again where you're just you're just looking from behind. You know, you're turning your head and looking at them trying to catch you as opposed to just trying to finish the race.
Yeah, I mean, just play basketball. That's it, you know. That was it. Just convert. I felt like we got some great looks, you know, at times. You know, just be poised, take a deep breath, and just go out there and do what we're supposed to do. You know, we got to be better to close games, and we got to learn and respond fast. So that's the key. You know, shift your mentality, shift your focus. What's in the past is over with. You know, let it sting a little bit, and then do whatever it takes, you know, game 3.
Jaylen, just kind of off of that, you guys have faced a lot of challenges over the last several years as a group. Even going further back with that, this might be your biggest challenge. What are some of the characteristics you like about this group that tells you can get right back into this series?
Yeah, resiliency, toughness. We got a great group that has stayed together through it all. You know, so these are the moments where we need to show our resiliency. We need to show our toughness, our mental toughness, because we can get back in this thing, no question. Obviously, you know, being down 0-2, it sucks. But you know, we got a great group, and if I had to select any guys that can get it done, it's the group. It's the group that we have in our locker room. We just got to come out, be a little bit more poised. You know, take a deep breath, convert our opportunities. We missed layups, easy baskets. You know what I mean, and take advantage. You know, 2 games, we up 20 points. Somehow end up not with wins. It's inexcusable. But we're gonna learn from it. We're gonna respond.
Jaylen, for the past 2 years, you guys have been really good at leaving the past in the past and not letting it affect the future. But at the same time, like you just said, like you lose 2 games, like there's some sort of natural frustration that might seep in. Is there any way to like harness that and put it in, or is it completely just the same mentality of leaving the past? Like, what's that sort of balance? I know you mentioned guys processing things differently, but like as a team.
You definitely it should sting. Let it sting. Let it sting for the night, and then tomorrow's a new day. You move forward. Short-term memory. Going into a tough New York environment. You know, we don't have time to dwell on the past. The next focus is game 3, so let's do it.